So the Green Bay Packers dropped their third in a row yesterday. I'm trying to show you my Packer sweater. I wear my Packer stuff after every Packer loss. I know I differ from most people, but most people wear their stuff, my job, or most places, when their team wins. But I wear it when my team loses. I mean, I may wear it randomly other times, but I rather wear it when they lose because I'm a true fan, unlike these other fans in the country and out of the country. Excuse me. Go Pack Go. Yes. So basically, I just listened to Matt LaFleur's press conference, and he was saying stuff that I was going to say. Actually, I had it written down, but I left it at work about the Packers. Like everybody's to blame. Rodgers, of course, gets most doesn't deserve as much as. That's why I try to stay off of certain media outlets and stuff. I try to stay with the Green Bay outlets because they just rip them and they just talk a lot of noise. A lot of people just like to talk noise because he's not playing as poorly as the media will make you believe. You know, he's had so many drops. He doesn't have enough weapons, unfortunately. I mean, I thought going into the year, I got to be honest with you, I'm gonna say a couple things. Very disappointed in my prediction of the defense at this point with 7 games and a 3-4 record. I was comparing his defense to the '85 Bears. I know people are going to laugh, maybe 2000 Ravens. I really believe that we could do this. This defense was that good and that talented, and I still believe that they're that good and that talented. And but they're just not, you know, stepping up. And they'll have good halves as we were seeing. They'll have good moments, but the complementary football, for instance, great half. I mean, I love DeAndre Campbell's interception for a touchdown. It was beautiful. Russell Douglas's scoop and score was definitely um, tainted, or not even tainted. It was unlucky because of the illegal contact by Stokes way on the other side of the field. That would have won the game for us, I believe. Would have put us up 21-10. I'm sorry, I'm looking at Runyon could have scored on that. They're thinking that Runyon might have been able to score on that when at the last play of the game when Rogers threw it back. Looked like he had an open field. But but then the last drive, okay, with all the struggles, we need to win. Everybody needs to win. It's 23-21, 3:26 left. And I believe they get 2 first downs. Couple things. Alexander doesn't knock the guy out of bounds. The clock runs. He gives up a first down. Talks a lot of noise. He likes to talk a lot of noise. I think he's a good player, but gets beat for a touchdown. And then on the last 2 plays of that drive, gives up first downs. So I think they got 2 or 3 first downs. Killed a lot of clock. They didn't have a lot of time getting the ball back with 25 seconds and no timeouts. So the complementary football is what's the problem. Like they play well, right? They'll play halves, they'll play moments. At one point they were, I know I'm all over the place, but they were like the best in like third down, stopping other teams on third down. Now they can't even stop. They can't get off the field on certain situations. They need to get off the field right away. They finally got momentum. A lot of Packer fans there in Washington. It's 23-21. Yes, they're not playing well. Get the ball back to Rodgers. Get that first stop. They were on their way, and they give up the first downs. Listen, I know the other team gets paid too. And I would usually say that. That was a Larry McCarron line from years ago. I remember him saying it all the time. But okay, but we're getting paid too. We've lost 3 in a row. So there's plenty of blame to go around. Management, coach, players. I think the effort was there. I just like to see them tone down the cockiness, because I'm a fanatical fan. So I listen to all the interviews and I'm hoping and I'm hoping and I'm hoping. Hope is not a plan. I know that, but I'm wishing that these players play at the level that I believe that they can play at. But it doesn't happen on Sunday. And it hasn't happened the last 3 weeks. I don't want to be a spoiled, rotten 50-year-old Green Bay fan because I've seen a lot of wins in my lifetime. But it is a shame. I root for the Packers. I'm a diehard Packer fan. But I'd love to have seen Rodgers get back to another one. With this team, they haven't given them enough right now, and I thought that they did. Getting back to the defense, I thought the defense was going to be great. And it's subpar right now. Saying also the complementary football when they need to make the plays. Of course, LaFleur was talking about the penalties and all that. I believe that too, like the penalties, the fundamentals. But I believe the effort's there. But there's just so many issues. Amari Rogers fumbling the ball. I listened to him on Clubhouse Live. last week. I was all excited. I'm like, okay, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. Like the week before, Sean Garrett, can't wait to get back out there. Unfortunately, he gets a concussion, but he smashed Heineke on that play where Russell scooped and scored. So just unfortunate situations in games. Things that just aren't going their way. Penalties at the worst times. Injuries now. Bakhtiari hurt. Now Lazard's hurt his shoulder. Christian Watson, I believe, was going to be like, I believe he was going to be like Jordy Nelson. He still can be. He's a rookie. But just unfortunate stuff. Unfortunate stuff. But nobody's gonna, like they said, nobody's gonna feel sorry for us. Nobody's gonna cry about us, cry for us. But I truly believe, I know I'm a diehard Packer fan and all that, but I think Green Bay can beat Buffalo. I think they go up there, they give it their, play their best. They got to play their best. Roger was talking yesterday about, there's no margin for error with this team, and I agree. At this point, they're not good enough to they're not good enough to win if they're making mistakes. But I believe if they could put it together, go up there, run the ball, play good defense, maybe get a block on a special team, maybe make a couple of trick plays, which we rarely ever do. And I think Green Bay's they're gonna go up there and they're gonna beat Buffalo next week. And that would really take this sour taste out of Packer fans' mouths of what's been going on the last 3 weeks. 'Cause it's been a rough 3 weeks. We're not used to it. Okay, we've been humbled enough. We had the 2010 lead against the Giants, blew it. It was a 3-3 tie at half against the Jets, fell apart. And then we had a 14-3 lead yesterday, then a 14-10 lead, and then the 21-10, what it should have been 21-10. And I believe that play right there with the Roswell Douglas scoop and score after Gary smashed Heineke would have been huge. But those 3 games are over now, 3-4. We're like 7 teams make the playoffs in the NFC. We're like seventh. I mean, we're like 11th now. We're going to take it one at a time, like Matt likes to preach, our coach. Packers like to preach one play at a time, one game at a time, one down at a time. And let's get this win. Let's shock the world, which wouldn't be a total shock to me. I got to be honest. I think Green Bay can beat Buffalo, but let's get it done. Let's come back with a win. Feeling good about ourselves, and then moving on to Detroit. Go Pack, go! Still a diehard Packer fan, fanatical Packer fan. Never giving up on my team. Wearing my I'm sorry, wearing my sweater. We'll wear my a jersey tomorrow. I think I'll wear Jordy Nelson tomorrow. Let's go get it, Green Bay. Let's turn it around. Go Pack, go!